I have used video to provide feedback to students on assignments, and that can work absolutely brilliantly, because students often don't think they get much feedback, which is quite distressing, because if you're looking at a written assignment, you spend an hour or so marking each assignment and scribbling comments on a hard copy in the side, and then students give you a low SETU score for feedback. If I record a quick video, it takes less time. I use the students' names, saying, well done, nice assignment, student name, student name, student name. This is what you did well. This is what you did less well, and that's why you got this particular grade. It actually takes less time because you talk faster than you can scribble. If you get it set up right, you can in fact set up the whole assignment process for that. A colleague of mine showed me a system where you get the students to send you 3 or 4 PowerPoint slides that summarize their assignment. You can then record video over the top of that PowerPoint slide and send it back to them, and saying this section of your assignment, and referring then to the full assignment, the 3,000 words or whatever. Halfway down page 2 you say this. Now I don't quite agree with that because you've forgotten to put in this point. And that they absolutely love. It works superbly, of course, for distance education students too, or students who don't get to campus much, because they're getting the lecturer figure referring to them by name. You do need support. You need reliable technical support. You need to be able to trust someone to have the system working well for you, and that's worked for me, which is great. I think you also need, I certainly do, we need almost like a reference group of people to talk to and to give advice on, to bounce ideas off. And I'm very lucky. I work with very closely with Peter Wagstaff, who's an absolute guru at these sort of things. And he's very good at sort of gently guiding me away from the worst mistakes and perhaps towards things that might interest me too. So I think educators call it a community of practice. So you have people who are doing the same sort of thing as you are, or are going for the same sort of goals that you are, not necessarily doing it in the same way, because we're all different. So they're going for the same goal, doing things slightly differently, tossing ideas backwards and forwards. It's just fantastic. It's really exciting. And when you've got a group of people who you can talk to about that, it really helps. It's easier to get in guest lecturers too. I've gone out a few times now and recorded video interviews with alumni mainly, working in industry, so 5-10 years out from Monash, and you can just use the 5 or 10 minutes that are most useful to you, which is frankly much more useful often than bringing them out to campus and having them talk for an hour or so. And there's no point in bringing them out to campus for 5 or 10 minutes, but often you just want them to be able to use them for just that one little bit. And I think as I get better at it, I might even be able to cut in bits from various interviews and use them in different weeks of my teaching. There's also publicly available material that you can get on YouTube and the like, provided of course the copyright situation is okay. Not everything on YouTube is copyright free, but again, you can check with the Copyright Office if you're worried about that, and you can have all sorts of guest spots from people you've never even met. My next challenge, I think I'm doing as good a job as I possibly can at the moment, so I don't know what my next challenge is. I think my next challenge will be provided either by colleagues showing me something new and exciting, or perhaps more likely when students say to me or show through their actions or lack of actions that I'm not getting something right.